you're definitely politer than I am. It's a nothing fight. It's an absolute waste of time.
Before we watch the video, we just wanted to ask you a massive favour.
We just wanted to ask you if you could please take a minute to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and also check out our TikTok for short content and daily updates.
We really want to keep growing the Boxing 365 community and keep making content like this for yourselves, the boxing fan.
And most of all, thank you and enjoy the video.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Boxing 365 and our next card in the deck. And this time we'll be looking at the Liam Paro versus David Papot fight, and the card which will be at the Pat Rafter Arena, and it will be on the zone.
Well, live and not exclusive, actually, I don't think, for this one.
No, I think there is another.
There is an Australian partner
outlet that will be.
They will. Probably Fox or something like that.
I did read it earlier, but I can't remember what it is.
Nothing important. Get yourself on the zone.
Yeah, get yourself on the zone and make sure to watch. So, there's not loads of fights through that we're going to go through, but of course, Liam Paro, David Papot is our starting point.
Yeah.
And it's at welterweight.
It
is a change.
It is.
It is a change for our Liam Paro. So, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I like it. Liam Paro is obviously on a little bit of a comeback trail. Made a few questionable decisions with his career, which I'll be honest, raised my eyebrows. So obviously Paro shocked the world, beat Subriel Matias in what was expected to be pretty tough night work for him, but I'll be honest, did really well. Won the IBF super lightweight world title.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Lost that in a close decision to Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah.
Then left Matchroom. Now, I don't know if that's a Matchroom choice to not renew him. Not sure if there was something behind the scenes. But he left Matchroom to then join up with, is it No Limit Boxing?
No Limit Boxing, yeah.
In Australia. Which, look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you're with a powerhouse in the game like Matchroom, with the Saudi paydays that are involved now and that are available.
It's the place to be, isn't it?
As a pro, he's lost once. It just seems silly to go, right, I'm going to go back to Australia and rebuild again. But look, he's chose to do that.
Yep.
He has, he's got a win under his belt since the Richardson Hitchens. I always struggle with his name. And now he's in a tough fight against David Papot, who's 14th in the world according to BoxRec.
Yeah.
It's an odd opponent, but I think it's going to be very much a leapfrog up towards that real world level again.
Well, Paro's fought once at welter. Now we obviously lost. Like you say, he lost his title to Richardson Hitchens.
He did,
and now he's looked to go up to welterweight.
Yeah, two-weight world champion. You can't blame him, can you?
Yeah, I think that's probably quite an intelligent move, really.
Yeah, from a weight point of view, I would agree.
Yeah, and maybe looked at the landscape and thought, I'm going to see what I'll be like at welter, see how I fit in. But yeah, like you say, massive win over Subriel Matias, and you sort of think the move away from Matchroom probably, we can't say for sure because we're not in that position, but you would assume that bit of a poor choice. I think most people would want to be in that stable at the minute, and especially with that promotion, it's just, they've got everything going on. But yeah, we've got Papot, who's 30-0-1.
Yeah.
Only 5 stoppages, so not a puncher at all.
Apparently not.
And he's only fought once outside of France, which is he fought James McGirt and he drew. That was his draw.
Where was that
at? US.
So not particularly a fan of being on away soil then?
No, not particularly.
Doesn't seem it, does it?
It seems like he's at home in France.
He's at home in
France.
Yeah.
And last time he wasn't in France, didn't go so well. So be interesting to see how this goes, really.
The thing is, some people don't like fighting away from home. We've seen it. Some love it, some thrive in that sort of situation. Others don't. And maybe he's one of those. But we'll see. And I think Liam Paro is a world-class fighter. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I think he's other than the obvious, Jai Opetaia, he's the best fighter out of Australia as it stands at the minute. Really, really talented kid. Should win this in some form of ease, because you look at someone like a Subriel Matias. Diego Papot has never shown any real inkling that he's at this level. He seems to have beaten some fringe people to get to where he's at. And look,
well, he has won his IBA
Yes,
World Super Welter.
the well-respected International Bouncer Association, Ballet Association.
So
sorry, yeah.
So not sort of recognised, majorly recognised strap, but you know he won the IBA World Superweight title, but Super Welterweight title. But yeah, it's not really any notable wins particularly.
No.
I think, like you say, you probably expect to be relatively routine for Liam Paro.
Yeah.
He's gonna hopefully look at beating Papot, like you say, he's well ranked by BoxRec, 14th in the world. And if he does beat him, perhaps look at some of the bigger fights that are going on in the division. We've got obviously Crocker Donovan, we're waiting for the result of that. We've got Haney Norman that's coming up.
Yeah, November.
And a couple of other big fights that could crop up in that division.
Yeah, you've got plenty of fighters in the welterweight division that want fights, and I think there's a couple of fighters that realistically need a couple, and I think Ryan Garcia is one of them.
Yeah.
And Liam Paro, let's be honest, I think that's a really good fight. If Ryan Garcia's got something left, which I think he will have, he's young enough, he's brash enough. Makes a great fight. If he beats a Liam Paro, people start to open their eyes again. And if Paro beats Ryan Garcia, he's on to bigger and better things. So yeah, it's
100%.
It's interesting, and I'll be honest, that goes for both guys. I think if Papo wins this, it's then I'm at world level. I'm at that stage where I need to go out and get a big fight. And look, he ain't going to ask a lot of money.
No.
He's not going to want huge money. So for anyone out there that wants a voluntary defence, and he's ranked highly in that governing body, he's a perfect opponent.
Yeah.
He'll have a decent record, a decent win coming off of someone like a Paro. So yeah, it's interesting to see where these two go.
Realistically then, do you think Paro's going to go on and get back to world titles?
I think he'll be in amongst it. I think he's good enough. I think he'll be in amongst it. Will he win another world title? It's tough at welterweight.
Yeah.
You've got Teofimo Lopez. You've got Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, real talent.
Boots Ennis has only just fucked off, but he might come back. It'll be tough. People said that about Matthias.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
time will tell. Time will tell.
Who knows? Brilliant. Right, we'll move on from there and we'll look at the next fight that we're going to talk about, which is Liam Wilson and Jorge Santana, which is going to be at the super lightweight.
Yes. Another interesting bout, actually. So Liam Wilson, his record doesn't tell a fully true story, so he's 16-3. However, he has fought at a very high level.
Yeah.
He lost once early in his career against Noine.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Joe Noine, yeah.
Yeah.
And he righted that wrong.
I did. Yeah, he wrote that wrong. I didn't. I didn't go in. I didn't go in and punch Noine. But yeah, he did. He got stopped in the fourth, went back and did a demolition job in the second round and put that wrong right. His other two losses are nothing to be ashamed of. Losing to Emmanuel Navarrete, who is a phenomenal champion for the WBO super featherweight, I believe, world title.
It was vacant at the time, yeah.
And then lost to Oscar Valdez, which was his interim title, I believe. No shame in losing to them guys. Liam Wilson's mixed it. He's fought at a good level. Should, in theory, beat someone like Jorge Santana.
Santana, yeah.
Yeah. Who's completely unproven, Dominican Republic native. Yeah, I'm intrigued by it. I think it will highlight a lot for both guys.
Yeah, well, so I'm just looking, and Wilson's 16-3, 8 stoppages.
Yeah.
He's been stopped 3 out of 3 times. Again, 2 of those, no shame at all, and one of them was early in his career, which he righted. And Santana's 15-1 with 9 stoppages. So both of them can hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting one especially because we know Wilson can go down. But like you say, if you're looking at Santana, who's not really fought, we had a look through, he's not fought anybody of any note, whereas Wilson's mixed it with some good opposition and lost to good opposition. So you'd think that the result is going to favour Wilson.
You'd assume Wilson will go in as the favourite, obviously, but without risk of going into this for too long. I think for me, and the reason I love this fight, and I do think it's a great fight, is Jorge Santana. This is his world title shot.
Yeah.
He's never fought outside the Dominican Republic. He's trained all his life for this moment. You go in there and you join that list of people that have beaten Liam Wilson in the last 2-3 years. Before you know it, people are going to start going. And again, similar thing to, Papot. This kid's not going to want a lot of money. He's coming off a good win against Wilson. Do you know them up and coming prospects in and around this weight class? and even some of them fringe world guys that are coming off losses or whatever, he becomes a real opponent. And I'll be honest, because we've not seen anything of any real level from Mr. Santana, we still don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
he could come in. He could come in here like Sam Goodman against Nick Bull.
Yeah.
Obviously, slightly different. Sam Goodman has fought at a much higher level than what Santana has. But the point is that he could come in here and upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
And that's what we love about boxing. And look, time will tell. Next Thursday, 18th.
Thursday the 18th. Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. Like I say, you think the history would favour Liam Wilson.
You would absolutely assume so.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a good fight, and so we will see. So next up, we'll talk about Brock Jarvis. We'll talk about it fairly briefly. It's going to be super welterweight, 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brock Jarvis is 23-2, 21 stoppages.
You'll get that when you've had your record with nobodies.
Well, yeah, he's lost twice, and again, no shame in the losses. He's lost to Liam Paro, who's headlining the event, and he's lost to Keith Thurman as well.
Yeah, previous world champion.
Previous world champ. Yeah. So, he's fought and lost to good people, and he stops other people that he fights. But again, you've got that element of 21 stoppages. But if you're not fighting big names,
do you know what? Brock Jarvis, and he's a perfect highlight. So he's under the same promoter again as Liam Paro. And for me, Brock Jarvis is a perfect example of mismanagement. And I hate to say it because I don't want to call anyone out because I've never managed a fighter. I did for a brief period, like 30 minutes until I went, I probably shouldn't be doing this. Brock Jarvis is clearly got a bit of power. Whether he's knocking out nobodies or not, right? He's clearly got a bit about him. He's clearly decent enough to be in and around the level he's been able to get himself into, but he's never had that. He's never had them gap fights.
Yeah.
It's gone from, no disrespect, but fighting for the Australian Central title to fighting Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not being funny, but that's probably a lower level than a British Central title, just because of, again, the history of boxing we've got. And I know Australia's in a good spot, but we've got a history behind that. But yeah, irrelevant. My point is that Brock Jarvis will have wanted the payday, but we've chucked him in there with 2 people. Liam Paro at the time was a little bit of an unknown, but they knew he was very, very, very well prospected. And they just sort of fed him to the lions for me.
Yeah.
Managed the kid correctly, still young enough. Let's climb that ladder. You've got people in and around his weight that, make for interesting fights. You've got Jake Wiley, so you can have an all-Australian bout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
well, it's interesting what you say, because about his management particularly, this fight isn't really step up
at all.
And it might be more of a rebuild kind of style for Jarvis. He's fighting Aitken, who's 11-2.
Yeah.
He's only got 3 knockouts, so puncher, but his 2 losses come to young prospects out of Australia and out of the US. So perhaps he's in there to be beaten, to give Jarvis a bit of a new lease of life, so to speak, and maybe get him back on track to what they hoped he would do.
Yeah, and that very much time will tell. I just get the impression from the promoter that he's under is that as soon as an offer comes in that's going to be of any decent money, it's not like a Matchroom who can afford to invest in the fighters. And again, this is me being presumptuous, and I might, by all means, drop us a message, send us your accounts. I'm happy to be proven wrong, but that big money fight comes through from whoever, and they say, guys, I want you to co-promote with Matchroom, Top Rank, whoever it may be, big fight for Brock Jarvis, because he's got a decent record, so he looks all right on people's box recs, and he's not a bad opponent from that regard. Do you think they're going to have Brock's best interest at heart? Are they going to think, no, he's a prospect, I want to build him, we'll take our time, no thank you on this occasion? They're going to take a fight, and let's move on before I start crying about Brock Jarvis, because...
The last fight that we're going to take any particular time to talk about is Floyd Masson and Jarvis Grewal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this fight.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I love the fighter. I think Floyd Masson is very, very, very good and doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, so he's we're looking at a cruiserweight fight. Masson is 16-2, 9 stoppages. He has been stopped once before.
Yes.
He's ranked highly by box rec, really.
Yeah.
33rd in the world.
Take that.
Ahead of some decent names as well. So, Alunga Makabu, Jean Pascal, and Tommy Fury all falling behind him.
Yeah.
And kind of pulling on the coattails of some other names, some more notable names. C4, Chev Clark, Alois Jr., and personal favourite, Jack Massey.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, he's in a pretty decent spot. Bit of a... Not really much to the fight, I wouldn't say. For somebody who's ranked 33rd in the world.
You're definitely politer than I am. It's a nothing fight. It's an absolute waste of time. It's a waste of time. Masson is a previous IBO world champion, which again, I know it's not the big belts. Also, I want to clarify, we did mention Tommy Fury earlier. We are going to do a video at some point. We don't rank Tommy Fury that highly. It's just that
he's ranked 69th.
He's ranked 69th, but we thought we'd drop in, one of the influencer lot to keep them appeased.
Yeah.
Again, mismanagement. Again, poor promotion. You've got Floyd Masson, who has won the IBO title. He lost it in his first defence, don't get me wrong, to a decent opponent. He went 10 rounds with Mateusz Masternak, who we know is a very, very, very good opponent. Yeah. Very tough, fought at world level, fought fucking everybody. And again, this is just down to a contact side of things where they don't have the finances, I don't think. I don't get the impression that they've got the backing to be able to go and to make the biggest fights. And people like Masson, they get left by the wayside because of that. And
it's a shame, really.
This fight's an absolute 6 rounds, then. 6 rounds. The guy's won, fair enough, not one of the big four, but to win an IBO title, I mean, Adam Azim is a measure. Adam Azim is the IBO world title at super lightweight at 140. Adam Azim is Adam Azim. He's one of the highest rated prospects in world boxing. I'm not being funny, but you still have to be at a level. Lyndon Arthur has held the IBO strap at light heavyweight. It's a good level. And he's fighting no disrespect, but he's fighting a guy who has spent his whole career fighting out of India.
Yeah.
Which, fine. There's nothing against that. His wins have come against debutantes or people with very, very, very small experience. He's never beat anybody who's had less than 3 pro fights.
Yeah, I'm looking, and he lost to Mark Flanagan, who Floyd Masson actually beat.
He did, yeah.
And to Ricky Silva, and this is his first fight off the back of both of those losses.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like there's much to it, does it? I think it's not what Floyd Masson really needs.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But like I say, we're not in the heads of the promotions, not in the heads of the fighters, so we can't say for sure. But it seems like a shame.
It is, and I don't have enough money to promote him. So unfortunately, Floyd,
you're on your own.
You're on your own, and you're probably not going to do a lot as it stands. But we have all the hope in the world for him.
And we have you back. So we'll go into our usual, our predictions or your predictions.
Yeah, I'll smash it. It's nice and easy.
So, Paro, Papot?
I'm going to go Paro, stoppage, mid-rounds, 6, 7, 8, somewhere along them lines.
Nice one. Wilson, Santana?
I think Wilson will be too much. Probably overwhelm him. He's a long way from home. I'm going to go Wilson, stoppage, early.
Yep, nice one. Jarvis, Aitken?
Jarvis should dispatch him quite easily. Yeah, should do in theory if he's got anything about him.
I think I know the answer for this one as well. Masson Grewal.
It's Grewal, very, very, very high rated. 100% Masson. And I would expect it to be a stoppage at some point through the fight, depending on how quick our Indian counterpart can run. Well,
we will see. We'll go through also fight of the night, upset of the night, and I'm actually going to jump in on this one. I think that Wilson Santana could be a decent fight.
Yeah, I couldn't argue with
both of them having a bit of stopping power. I think that could end up being a bit of a slug. So that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, you win.
I'm thinking step away from the main card because obviously that takes the spotlight, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
It's the biggest name, but I think that Wilson Santana fight looks like it could have a bit of something about it.
Yeah.
Upset of the night for you?
Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of join you with the Liam Wilson Santana, not on being the fight of the night,
being the upset.
So even though I've predicted Liam to win it, which I do believe he will, but I also think it's the most likely upset.
Yeah, puncher's chance,
unknown. We don't know how good he is. We don't know how tough he is. We don't know any of this. Yeah, there's a lot of question marks, and I'll be honest,
Unanswered questions.
Unanswered questions, yeah, absolutely. So I'll back you on that as well.
Right, okay. That leads us to our final section, which is Rate the Robot.
Still not got a jingle.
Still no jingle.
Still no jingle.
Do
you know what we could do?
What could we do?
We could ask AI to write a jingle for Rate the Robot. See what it comes up with.
Robots making things for robots.
I'm telling you, no, we're not comfortable with that.
That's too dystopian.
Yeah,
I don't like that one.
Yeah, it's very much Fallout 4.
So, as is the tradition, we're going to ask AI and get AI to tell us what it thinks the results are going to be for the card. So, predict the winners of Liam Paro versus David.
You spelled Liam as Lima.
God, I know. I've made an absolute.
While you're doing that, I will say, I noticed earlier that there was 3 fights that I noticed. So one which we've released already that has been heavily reported that we're confident has been signed now, which is Pitbull Cruz against Levant Roach, which we think is a brilliant fight. Maybe add. Also, David Picasso versus Noya Inoue apparently has been signed for December for the same card.
Wow. Which,
I'll be honest with you, he's fighting Ahmed Ali, having arguably his toughest fight of his career. This is what does my head in with Saudi. Where's the respect? Where's the respect? Have they signed Ahmed Ali to his next fight? It's like they haven't, and this for me is my frustration. But Errol Spence is apparently making a comeback.
Well, that would be interesting, especially with Crawford out at the weekend as well.
Yeah, it's apparently he's going to be fighting Jamel Charlo, going up in weight, which makes sense because Spence always struggled down at the lower weights, at sort of 147. Apparently at 160. So that'll be interesting. Anyway,
interesting to see how that goes. I'm sure we'll do some reviewing of that now. Rate the Robot. Liam Paro by decision.
Okay.
Wilson by late stoppage.
Okay.
Jarvis by decision or stoppage. Bit of a
cop out. Shit robot.
Yeah. Floyd Masson. Masson by KO.
Yeah. You can't really argue with
that, can you? I don't think.
No. And look, before we go, there are some other fights on the card. It's a very, very good Australian card of boxing. We have nothing but admiration for the promoter of said card. It's just that when you've got your bigger names with the smaller promotions, we saw it with Probellum in the UK. We just want what's right for not just the fans, but the fighters as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But that does bring us to the end of the next card in the deck. We've given our thoughts. Feel free to let us know what you think. Obviously, we're not experts. We're just giving our fans' opinion, and that's what we would like from you all.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you next time.